Where do we stand when the ground falls out from under our feet? Whom can we trust when a trusted friend is revealed to be a liar? When up is down and reason is abandoned, is madness far behind? Let us begin! Guess who hit the wrong button? Guess who still has the effects on?
Always.
Perfect way to end the year. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Oddities D&D. Before we get started, we're going to address the elephant in the room. We are down one player because of holiday festivities with family. Just relatable content. Just tuckered them out that they are taking some much needed rest. So, Fred, we love you. We were so glad to get you in just before the stream just to say hi and wish you all the goodness in the year. And we will see you next week. But let's introduce the remaining players we have at the table today, starting with Xander. Sorry. Sorry.
Hi.
I wasn't looking.
I'm a MILF.
Jesus, Mom.
Just giving that big old MILF energy today.
Put the wine down, Karen.
Absolutely not. Anyway, I'm Zanzan and I play Nagheim. A little bit too much wine already.
Well, going from wine to iced tea, we have... Oh, I said Xander. I meant to say Nagheim. Okay, well, this is Ari/Viria. Hey, go.
Well, I'm the lump of coal you got for Christmas, Jason. And I play Viriana, Warlock.
I'm taking that coal to bed. I mean, and
Iced tea.
down.
This coal is shaped like a small Christmas tree.
I'm not gonna continue. Last but not least, we have Chuck Cult. Chuck/Cult.
I'm Chuck. I play Cult, half-orc rogue. And guess what? I have a little guy warming my oh, look at him. He's just keeping me cozy.
Christ, Nora's fast.
Oh, she's on it. She's on it.
Immediately, I just see it pop up the moment the camera comes out. I'm like, she was prepared.
Yes,
She was ready.
On it.
that's amazing. All right.
There's also, isn't there like a 12-second delay? How did she know?
I know.
How did she know?
It's the time zones, man. It's fucking with us.
She's in,
Yeah.
It turns out she's under your bed eating
Well, she
your
is in the
condoms.
future. So.
She is in the future.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, since we know she's out there, happy holidays, Nora.
Happy
Happy
holidays!
holidays,
Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
Mhm.
And now,
Cheers to that.
let's get into this. Who is reading the recap? I do want to say, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this before, but huge props, huge credit, because every single week before we start up our stream, like within 5 to 10 minutes, Ari recaps the entire episode from the previous week and sends it to us. So these recaps that you're hearing from us right now are all Ari's doing, and that's a lot of work for one person to do. So thank you for being so dedicated with that.
I think we forget to show appreciation because we get these beautiful, in detail, well-written recaps every week that we're kind of spoiled for it. But yes, thank you very much. They're awesome. I don't know if I could be as on top of things as I am, which is not at all without the recaps.
True. And if anybody who sees the Tuesday game knows, you don't want to read what the hell I put in these books. Like, fucking hell.
I imagine
Thank
everybody's
God.
like notes for the session kind of read like, you know, a comedian's like crazy scrolling for coming up with jokes, or like Eminem's like notebook for raps. You know, it's just insanity if anybody else were to look in them.
I called the person that we don't know who it is a vagina head. I don't know why, but I wrote that in. That is in my notes.
I mean,
Oh,
just
that
let me
is
make a quick
premium.
note here.
That looks
That's going to be
premium
canon.
behind the
as
scenes.
well. It's just that I, write something up that doesn't call people vagina.
See, I don't have the patience for
That's
that.
that's how you succeed in note taking.
But I have my
but yeah,
glasses, so I can attempt to read.
there you go. But I will say one more time, thank you, Ari, for that. And as a DM, it's also like a nice little reminder that, oh shit, they are paying attention, because you don't miss a thing. So it's really appreciated.
Like,
But
this
yes.
is one of my hyperfixations. Like,
I feel you. I feel you. All right. So Xander, infused with wine and the power of MILF.
Yes.
Sorry, fucking Nora. 7 vaginas.
Oh my god. How am I gonna read now? Okay.
Good luck.
The Oddities find themselves in a new hellish version of Beaverbrook and decide they should make their way towards the temple to make sense of everything and hopefully find Marion. As they try to reach the building, Rose is attacked by one of the place's monstrosities and saved by the rest of the party's quick thinking. Upon reaching the temple, they notice a chair on a raised dais, a pair of skeletal feet in front of it. As the Oddities are unable to find other clues, they try to rest for a few hours and unsuccessful in shaking off their exhaustion. They then attempt to leave town only to find themselves in a stormy version of Beaverbrook. This time, as lightning falls around them, the party decides to avoid wasting time and move on. This time, they end up in a scorched up Beaverbrook, corpses scattered around the ground. As they realize the temple is the only constant in each of these environments, they investigate it and notice pieces of a skeleton even sitting on the dais are regenerating. The group agrees to visit the temple in the next dimension that they find themselves in, which is filled with starlight. This time, buildings are made of crystal material. The temple burns with a bright light. They all fly towards it and find the entire skeleton, a brilliant beacon having placed its head. I read that wrong. Whatever. As the Oddities begin to leave, Nagheim hears a voice telling them to wait. They cast Detect Magic. The spell leads them to the beacon and then cast Dispel Magic. As they find themselves in a new space, the Oddities are greeted by an unknown figure, who I like to call Vagina Head.
No, my
Amazing.
notes.
You know what? It's a good thing I write these because I just spend the entire recap fighting with Tally.
I
Yep,
will
my
have your
food.
fries.
Oh man. I was trying to write that in chat actually. Just watch. I'm trying to pay attention to Xander, but at the same time I'm watching this battle royale between wills here. All right.
That's
Oh.
one thing I am thankful of. Harry understands. Do not touch this.
Yes.
Harry knows.
This is for parents only. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that tail.
Oh my god.
It's the holiday edition.
Yeah, exactly. This is very chill today, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's not usually this chaotic, but we're in giddy moods, so.
Not usually this chaotic, you say.
It's usually
It's a different kind of chaos. It's a different kind of
Yeah.
chaos. You know, because my voice keeps going higher.
Okay, come on now. You're just too big for my lap sometimes.
Yeah, Mark.
Okay, are you going down? It's Mark curled up on my lap.
With
Okay,
that, bouncing over.
Oh my god.
Make sure I've got everything right here. As you all are standing there, coming to terms with the insanity that has just come to its conclusion, the multiple landscapes that you have had to survive in order to be standing here, I know, Albert, hoping that there will be answers to the questions surrounding this little town of Beaverbrook, only to find more questions as a slender, pale figure with long, dark hair trailing behind them, dressed in a very slim-fitting black garb, has greeted you with a smile that betrays the strangeness of the situation you all find yourselves in. But as the questions bubbled forth from your brain to your mouth, a wet, retching sound cuts through the empty air. You all turn to look and watch as Rose, whose condition was coming to a boil upon entering this temple, is now thrashing and convulsing violently. You watch her hunch over, grunting and croaking as her mouth hangs slack. Her eyes try to take in the room, and you can see that they have been clouded over. Thin green veins spider from her eyes, her nose, her mouth, down her throat and along her arms. She is like a woman possessed. As soon as one step to back away from her echoes along the floorboards, her attention is zeroed in on Cult, who seems to be less mobile than when they entered here, as exhaustion also hits you for level 5.
Oh no! Motherfucker!
And with that, she lunges at you. What do you all do?
Ooh!
Can I put myself in front of Colt?
You can. I'd say Nagheim is at the dais. I'd say you were probably between Nagheim and Cult and Rose are at the far back.
Can I use my action to dodge?
You can? Or can you? Because your movement is like nothing.
Well, no.
Oh,
he can still dodge. He can move in place. He just can't.
Oh, I can move in place. I can shove.
Okay.
So as Rose comes towards me, I can sort of lean and then shove her away.
Got it.
It's part of my actions in combat. I just read it.
Yeah.
I know how to D&D.
Wait, do I have that? I should have that. Yeah. As she was going, Nagheim would just throw out hold person.
Okay. So I currently do not have Rose's sheet up on me here.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So we'll do this in order of spoken. So Cult, make 2 attack rolls against yourself.
Okay. So is she using a weapon or unarmed strike?
Unarmed strike.
Okay. So I don't know if I can make her roll. No, I cannot. So, oh no, wait, I can. Haha. Oh, look at that.
Okay. So I'm guessing.
So that's Rose. You can see her name at the bottom. So even though it's me,
I gotcha.
13.
Yeah. So I guess that misses.
Yes, because I believe I'm a 17. Yeah, 17 AC.
One more time.
Let's do it again. And that's a 26. Oh, Rose.
All right. So you
Thanks.
uncanny dodged that though for 6. And what were we saying before? Was it 2d6?
Oh no, I was going to. There's an action in combat you can use to shove. So yeah, no, let's go. I'm not gonna fiddle faddle with that. That's
Okay.
Uncanny dodge, please. And thank
All right.
you.
So that'll be 6 bludgeoning damage. And
Technically, wouldn't it be if?
3, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But also 5 poison damage.
Oh.
Going from.
So
Sorry?
that adds to my 7.
Yep.
Oh snap!
So you are poisoned now.
I was already poisoned.
Oh, what was the next effect after that?
Well,
The
I die.
exhaustions.
I die.
Oh,
It's
okay.
exhaustion.
So the rest of you watch as Rose lashes out at Cult, and with one mighty strike that hits a jugular, you see green poisoned blood stream down from their neck, and Cult just slumps forward and hits the ground. Nagheim. Or was it Virya?
Oh,
Virya.
fuck. Well, yeah, I was running towards them.
Okay, so you were running towards them, and as you get to that destination, just as Cult hits the ground, Rose turns to face you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna Fuck. I'm gonna try and subdue her, I suppose, like a grapple.
Okay,
Tackle her to the floor.
go for it.
So I can then get to Colt. So, an unarmed strike, I guess.
Okay. Or is it a strength check to grapple?
Oh, it is a strength check.
I don't know if you add athletics or anything like that. I think it's just a straight strength.
Is it straight strength? Yeah, I believe the save you get to choose between athletics or acrobatics. So yeah, that's not too bad. 18.
Against what for Rose?
Either acrobatics or athletics, I believe, for grapple.
Probably athletics. Cult, I'll get you to roll for Rose.
Unarmed strike.
No.
No, athletics.
Oh, my apologies. I was
How dare you
just
not know how to
I'm
roll
just-
for somebody you're not playing?
recoiling from my own death here.
Yeah.
Details.
So,
Aww.
19.
So, Rose being the beast that she was in life in this
This
new
isn't at
stage.
disadvantage, is it?
No.
yeah, I'm like exhausted or something.
All right. Before this kicks off, Nagheim, is there anything you wanted to do?
Hold person.
Okay. What does Rose have to do?
Wisdom saving throw
I'm on it.
of 17.
Okay. Well,
10.
thank God.
So Rose is paralyzed for the next 10 rounds,
Okay.
and Nagheim immediately would be turning around to the figure, being like, "End this now."
Oh, Jesus, shut the fuck up. Move out of the way.
And you see the figure just gently stride down towards Viria is, where she is trying to grapple a now frozen Rose, which is like, where do I place my hand?
Well,
What's
I mean, if she's frozen, I would try and help Colt like instantly. I wouldn't try and keep on grappling with someone who's immobilized, but sure.
So as the figure
Yeah.
walks towards where you all are,
You know, not to make light of the situation, but she's kind of ruining my whole monologue moment that I was building up to for a second there. So tell you what, I'm
cares?
going.
Do something.
Shut your
piece of
fucking
shit.
mouth! Jesus, do you people not shut up? Anyway, so tell you what I'm gonna do. If you do me a solid, I'm just gonna take care of this one real quick. Just let me take her hand.
Why?
and the stranger takes hold of Rose's hand between theirs. You quickly see the green veins begin to recede and pull away from her face, down her neck, the length of her arm, and into a soft glow where her hand is being held. As the stranger pulls back away from Rose, she slumps to the ground, seemingly freed of the madness that overtook her. They then look down to Cult and place one hand on their heart. And as they do, you see Cult's expression come out, and a very familiar sound
Oh.
echoes from him. But the same receding that's a different sound. The same receding of the green veins along their skin begin to pulsate and glow between the opposite hand. Then Cult lies still as the glow is between the stranger's hands.
Okay, now before I do anything else, is there anyone else here who also got a little sick somewhere in your travels? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'll probably get over it, though. Doesn't really affect me much. Or hasn't affected me much.
You say that, but this little thing has a way of growing and then killing you and then spreading to other people. So if you fancy an inevitable death and then plaguing your entire world, by all means, keep it to yourself. What you say? Are you really that proud?
Pride has nothing to do with it.
Then get your little ass over here.
Nagheim will extend their hand. We'll only meet him halfway, though.
That's fine. He walks up to you, takes hold of your hand as well, and you feel from the collar down this infection that has spread in you seemingly pulls forth, and it feels like somebody had a barbed wire in all your veins and all your nerves just being pulled from the skin out towards your heart. It is extremely painful. What is your hit point total right now?
44.
It is now 22. But with that, once the stranger has collected all the poison that has seeped into the members of the Oddities, holding one hand out with that soft glow to the side as they stretch their other arm out and quickly drag a fingernail through the air, a rift that looks like as if the air itself had solidified and split like a broken mirror appears. Once again, you hear the nightmare sounds of the creatures calling through this rift that gave you this horrible disease. The stranger slowly brings their other hand forward to the portal, releasing the soft glow towards it, as the green spores that had infected you slip back to where they first appeared. And with the sound of a distant thunder crack, the rift closes and the room goes silent. Except you look in shock and see that both Rose and Colt are conscious.
Potion, 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 potion.
What potions are you giving them?
Hang on. I believe I've got.
I think Rose has one on her if you want to use one of hers.
Well, I have
That's like 50.
I have 2 potions of greater healing. I'm gonna use one of each.
Okay.
Yeah, so like as soon as like you open your eyes and take a big gulp of air, like Fury just shoves a bottle into your mouth.
Yeah. Shove it in. Am I not poisoned or exhausted anymore?
Nope.
Yeah.
And I should probably roll.
And I don't know
those.
if you can change that on Rose's, but if you can, do that as well.
I might be able to.
Same thing with
Shit,
you,
what was
Nagheim. If you
the-
had any conditions, take those off.
4d4 plus 4. So let me roll those for you guys.
No, I don't think I can.
Okay.
I can only
I
do
think
some
Jason
rolls.
can if he goes into the campaign
Yeah, maybe.
on D&D
Okay.
Beyond.
So one of them regains 15 and the other 14 HP.
Well, they're both at 0, so it's... Well, Colt's here, so you get the 15.
Yay!
Not that we don't love Rose.
Can I just say those last rolls are very Christmassy?
They are! I had
Very
to do a double
holiday
check.
forward.
Yeah. I thought it was like a string of like Christmas lights for a second there. I'm like, whoa, go roll 20. All right.
What's going on? Oh, did I
have no
die
fucking
again?
idea. Are you okay? Maybe.
Yes, actually.
I shouldn't. Oh, it feels just as bad. Oh, I don't like it.
You can stay lying
Where's
down.
Rose? Rose?
Is that
Oh!
right?
Right here.
All right.
Oh, Rose,
feel-
Rose.
I feel sick.
Just back away.
So we're just not gonna tell your sister.
No,
This
please don't. What's going on? Who's that? Do I see actually do I see anybody?
You do.
What do they look like?
They look like a very annoyed and put out individual. Long, pale skin, long black hair, I was going to say, probably down past their ankles. Dressed in all black, very form-fitting, very sleek. It's not a design you've ever seen. There's nothing fancy about it. But yeah, they're just there waiting for you guys to kind of collect yourselves.
Okay.
So, you had a presentation, was it? Or whatever?
Oh, don't get too excited or else you don't get the prize at the end.
Not much of a prize, if you ask me.
You don't even
What?
know what it is.
A
Look.
monologue.
That wasn't a monologue. Sorry. I'm a bit tired after having to fly through
I know, you creatures, you
pocket worlds?
expend your energy so easily. It's kind of cute, actually. You're like little pets. I love it. But anyway.
Not loving your tone 100%. What's your name?
Good luck with that. Well, before we kick this little story off, I say, relax, take a load off, sit down, have some popcorn.
And as he says that, you look behind you, and there are tall back chairs with bowls of popcorn behind each of you.
What is that?
It's called
I-
popcorn. Do you not have popcorn here?
What is...
Well, we have corn.
Oh, I'm about to blow this world wide open. Okay, so if you have corn on the cob, you know what, I'll tell you afterwards. Just trust me, tastes great.
You know what?
You're
Just
not
died.
hearing
Not much
yourself
of an
talk.
appetite. Can Colt take a look at the surroundings? Is it just sort of like a void that we're in?
No, you're in the temple that you
Oh,
came
we're
into.
in the temple.
Yep.
Right.
And there's still up on the chair, on the dais there, there's the mummified skeletal remains of a humanoid figure with sort of like a crown on their head. And they're just kind of slack-jawed sitting back there.
It's a
You
skull,
like that, Virya?
not a light. It's a skull, no longer a light.
Right.
Okay.
So, here's my question before we do anything else. Why fuck with us, but then help Colton Rose?
I wasn't fucking with anybody.
Are you about to explain why you did all the things that happened?
That's the best send-up I could ask for. Sit down, take a load off. So,
And you see the figure walk back up to the dais and stand beside the chair with the skeleton.
this poor padre is Barnabas Stone, whom I think you've all heard of. And bless his little heart, he was a man of faith. Well, before he was a man of faith, he dabbled in every sort of sin imaginable. But then he got old and he got scared. And he decided he was going to find faith once again. So he came up with a story for the ages, cobbled together 4 walls and a roof, spoke loudly and proudly, and behold, a new religion is born. To his credit, he found a few simple-minded folks who took a liking to some of his fancy words, and he thought, why not build a town of my own? The people gathered and started working away, and before long, the foundation of a new township was made. But this here town, well, they started to see that they didn't really need the wise words of an old man. They were doing just fine on their own, and soon enough, people stopped coming to the temple every day. They started living some of that good life that the Padre once had, and in crept a little virus called jealousy. As luck would have it, that was the very day that I blew into town to do a little bit of, we'll call it market research. You see, I love to put a little bit of chaos back into the world, a little bit of otherworldly fun. We all love a game of chance, and man, oh man, did I come up with a humdinger. I showed my little deck of cards here to this Padre and told him there was a chance to have everything he ever dreamed of. Or your worst nightmare come true. And I will tell you right now, it is a rare sight indeed to see me, of all things in creation, be surprised. He pulled the very card that would change his life in unimaginable ways. The old man gets a wish. And what does he wish for? Well, he wishes his every waking desire to come true. Now, I know what you're saying. You're thinking, that sounds more like just one wish. But I am nothing if not accommodating. I looked through the annals of histories beyond time, space, and reality, and found the one thing that would fit the bill. A crown that would open a doorway to whatever existence he desired. He stepped through, and lo, he doth looked upon his world, and it was good. except for one tiny little detail, a detail that irritated him to no end. And he decided that this world was not the perfect world he had envisioned. No! There must be one that was born without this one little flaw. So he opened another doorway and stepped through. And it was everything he had hoped for. But there was again another flaw, offending his sight, sound, touch, taste. So another door was opened, and another, and another. And like a house guest with ill manners, for every door that he opened, he committed the ultimate sin by not shutting the fucking door behind him. And so, we stand in this interdimensional clusterfuck known as Beaverbrook. Thankfully, you all came along. Because if I'm being honest, I was getting really bored watching the fit hit the shan over and over again. So, questions?
So what you're telling us is Beaverbrook's caught in an interdimensional loop that keeps falling in on itself, and we broke this cycle?
Well, don't get ahead of yourself. Nagheim did that part.
Nagheim broke the cycle?
Mm-hmm.
By dispelling the magic on the crown.
And so what happens now? Well done, by the way.
Round of applause. Well deserved. No? Just me? Hey, Cult's a team player. I like it.
Where's Marion?
And you watch as this figure kind of stares out behind you, and their eyes kind of gloss over with a black cosmic sparkle to them, and then back again.
Oh, she's out there. Not too far away.
Out where?
The doors. Where else?
I just like gesture around to this void we're in. Well, not this void, but this temple, this dimension.
And make a perception check.
Nope.
Had to happen.
Oh! Okay.
30-20.
Begrudgingly, you turn around and you see the double doors that you guys entered from.
And I don't know how to address you.
That's all right. We're not going to be longtime friends. We're not going to be pen pals or anything like that. It's cool.
Mystery guest.
Fucking goodness.
All right, mystery guest. What dimension are we in currently? If we open those doors, what's out there?
Well, it's a little theory called Schrodinger's box.
Oh, Schrodinger's much better. Okay, Schrodinger's your name.
I'm actually okay with that. I like that. Yeah.
Hey, my nicknames tend to stick.
There you go. All right. Well, this has been great, but you know, I'm going to hit that old dusty trail now, if you don't mind.
No, wait. No, we do mind. What happens now?
As you're saying that, he's making his way to the door. Making his way.
Make it away.
Well,
gonna
where you
follow
guys go
him
from
out.
here, that's up to you. But I promised you a prize. And if you're all ready, drum roll, please. No? Do you guys, you don't do that here? I'll take it. That is not Rose.
Wait, what? And she's not a Rose, she's a person.
I'm sorry.
Well, what exactly it is, I have to admit, I'm rather curious myself. I thought I knew, but when I looked a little deeper, oh, baby, you are something sexy on the inside. But come now, Rose, no reason to be bashful. Let's show the good people what you really look like.
And you see Rose backing up as this creature, this Schrodinger, walks towards and taps Rose on the nose. You watch as the color drains from Rose's face. Her tattoos seem to leak their ink. As it travels down her neck, her clothes seem to slough off her body as her entire form begins to turn to a whitish gray clay. A humanoid figure stands before you, but it is faceless, featureless. As it motions down towards its exposed self in shock, it looks frantically to the three of you.
Now, we can do better than that. Let's show them the face that they are familiar with, shall we? Come on. I double dog dare you.
The gray figure slumps its shoulders as if defeated. As it slowly lifts its head to look in your direction again, you see its form shrink down and begin to hunch forward slightly. The thin frame now adds a few pounds in certain areas. The face begins to elongate in the chin, where it turns to white hair that extends up and around the ears. As the gray flesh twists and turns into new shapes and patterns, the final detail comes in, its eyes, before it finally speaks to you all.
Hello, everyone. Pleasure to see you once more.
As Waylon Brexis bows to you all.
Oh, all my notes. Again, I keep blowing them away. Where the fuck is Rose?
I instantly summon my sword.
To think. I was planning on scrying on you after this.
Where the
What
fuck is
fuck?
Rose?
What the fuck?
Well, the question should be not where is Rose, but exactly how long have I been walking by your side? It could have been that I've been with you since we all arrived in Stillben.
And you watch as their attire and face changes to Rose's adventure attire.
Or maybe it was my hand that played a part in winning all the events at the Winter's Crest Ball.
It morphs into Rose's ball attire.
Did I let you trigger those traps in the Underdark?
You see Rose's mist cloak appear.
Was killing that child in Singorn a mistake? Or did I do it just for the thrill?
And you see his expression change to how you guys recognize Rose's happy rage.
Come now, surely I couldn't have been with you all that long ago. You would have noticed your dear friend was not what she seemed. Surely no further than that, right? I mean, what are the chances that I was in Drinna the day you all returned? What if I was there to watch as Durant died? So many questions that you should be asking. But if you truly want to know where your dear little elf girl is, I'd start retracing those steps. And I'd do it quick.
No, you tell us now, and I'll charge and grapple him.
Oh, can I have done an insight check before she does that to see if he's lying?
Sure.
Oh, come on now. I'm gonna use luck, baby. Oh, where are you? Where are you? There we go. And come on. Oh my god. I guess
Kind of hard to
we'll
read.
we'll go with that 11 rather than that nat 1. Damn it.
Mhm.
Damn it, luck. Okay. Continue.
So,
Fuck.
being also prepared for any kind of motion from any of you, and being a little stunned by the words that he's saying, you're not too noticeable of where their position is at this time. As you go to lunge, I'll make you go for a roll or whatever you were going to do there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and grapple once more.
Okay.
17.
And with that, you go to grab, and you see their body almost out of your grip and slip out the door. You hear echoing behind you. I'd start looking for her quick. Something tells me that we've been at this for much longer than we believe. And I don't know how long she may last. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Colt's going to run to the door and open it.
Okay. So. Let me turn that down because that sounds super loud in my headset. I don't know about you guys.
It's pretty loud.
Let's turn that way down then. There we go. With that. Boop. Stepping onto the main road of this small, dusty town. The sun setting over the horizon dawns on an enormous crowd packed into the streets. Corners and buildings of the small town. Well, that's a screwed up sentence. As far as your eye can see from exiting the church, all the way out to the distant borders of the town, you can see scared faces quickly looking all around them in confusion and fear. What few familiar faces to you when you first arrived in this town seem equally perplexed as a horde of people just suddenly appeared in their town in the blink of an eye. Whatever cataclysmic event that transpired sending you from one to the next seems to have found more than the four of you as unwilling participants. The only question now, amidst the cacophony of chaos, is what to do now. I will get everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm not at disadvantage anymore.
Yep. Good.
Yeah, that's my baby. I don't know why my stuff isn't showing up.
Is the volume
Okay.
still pretty loud for you guys?
okay.
I'm good.
It's good? Okay. I want it to be loud, but not overwhelming.
13.
13. All right. So, Nagheim and Virio, while the immediate concern for you now is to find your lost friend and companion Rose, you gain enough of your composure with everything, this chaos that's out in front of you in Beaverbrook, to remember that you were still sent here for a task. A task that not only included the funding for where your party was to head next, but possibly the life of an innocent young girl. What do you do?
The speck of gold dust is going to flare up in Mayheim's cane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do locate creature unknown.
Okay. So, the dust sends out from you, and almost as if you can kind of see an echo of what this dust senses as it passes along. You see a trail down the road in front of you, heading down the main drag, all the way to the back room of the bar, the Morning Wood.
We have Miriam. We'll collect her, send her back, find Rose.
I'm just time out. Is Rose, because her token's there, she's not with us, is she?
Nope.
No, okay.
Things occurred.
Making sure, yeah.
Colt's just gonna step back into the doorway of the temple and Schrodinger, and look for Schrodinger. Is they gone?
They's gone.
They's gone. Okay, and Wayland, I can't. Brexis. I keep going Smithers. I've been watching Simpsons. Smithers. And Wayland Brexis is gone as well.
Yes.
Correct.
Wayland Brexis exited the temple just before you guys, as Viria tried to grapple them.
Okay. Well, my entire life has been turned upside down on its head, so maybe we have to. Marion.
Let's take care of Marion.
And then we have to retrace our steps to find Rose. What does that even mean? All right. And
Hopefully we'll be able to find the answers within my abilities.
And as they start following Nagheim, Colt's just gonna start muttering to himself. It's like, do we even know who Rose is? Was it Waylon Brexis the entire time? But no, I saw them together at one point. Must have taken her and hid her away. And it's just the muttering and trying to like cycle through. How long has this been Rose? Do they really know Rose? And all this and that.
Before she starts walking, Vera's just gonna yell out, "I'll kill you, Brexis!"
No, you won't. No. And I'll get you to make a perception check. I'll get you to make a perception check with that. Viria. Yeah.
That's a 4.
Brilliant. Good on you. All right. So where are we going to?
We're following the Temerian.
Okay. I'll say Nagheim is going to lead the way. Bless you.
Yep.
Now, as you force your way through many of the people that are along the streets, you do see some people have suffered a few injuries, much like yourselves. No one is dead. You see nobody with like clicker head. You don't see pyramid head or vagina head, however you want to tell them. Good or bad, I don't know. You take it with a grain of salt. But eventually you do make it to the back alleys and around to the rear of the Morningwood and enter in there. And I'm going to do this real quick. What's a good one? This one.
The rear of Morningwood.
There we go. Okay, now. All right. So, out from the craziness and the chaos and the cacophony of noises that are in Beaverbrook right now, you are in the relatively quieter back room of the Morningwood. And you see, well, I'll get you who's proficient in investigation.
I think I am.
Go for it.
I am. Not too shabs at certain things. Oh, that's not bad. 19.
Cool. You stop and you look around and you see it's got like barrels and crates and tables and everything like that. And there's like some fermented wine that is kind of broken and spilled onto the floor that's kind of got a rotten smell to it. And you're looking around and then you stop and you just try to cycle out all the noises that are around you. And you just hear one soft sound from the back corner. No.
I'm sorry.
Just no.
My apologies. Quietly and softly, Colt's gonna just like move slowly towards that.
You hear something, Colt?
Sort of whimper.
Stomp, stomp,
Yes.
stomp.
Yes, I do. I think I hear someone crying. And I was trying to be a little bit delicate about it, but by all means,
Oh,
come with.
sorry.
Come with me if you want to live. So you head over to that corner and you see that there are crates that you can see whatever kind of debris is on the floor. You can see the general like scuff marks that something has been dragged in place. And you can see that a couple of the crates are not flush with the wall where you can like take up most of the space. So you kind of got an idea that this is a makeshift kind of hiding area. And as you go to move the crates, you might need someone with a little more to kind of help you out there. Go for it, Viria.
Nagheim?
What kind of check do you want?
Strength, if you got proficiency in athletics, you can add that.
God damn it. 8. I rolled 2 3s in a row.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, that's not working, so we'll rely on Cult. What would you say to make a justifiable persuasion check in this situation?
He would just sort of lower the tone of his voice. He's like, Marion? Hello? My name's Archie. People call me Colt. We kind of discovered the town was in some horrible loop through a couple really terrible places, but we managed to fix it. My friend Negheim fixed it for everybody. It seems like everyone's okay now. Do you want to come out? It's safe.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
You need to beat a 20.
Motherfucker! It's a 12.
No luck?
Nice.
I am.
No, I can't.
I am out of luck.
You are.
I've already died. Of course I'm out of luck. I can't believe
okay.
I had the one left.
Did I help in any way?
You tried to help with the strength.
With the boxes, okay.
Can Nagheim help me? Come on, Nagheim, you're good with people.
It's up to Nipple McNasty there.
Mom, put your tits away.
God, Karen. Not with the kids.
Nagheim's just gonna kind of softly walk over and sit down next to it. You know, I do know the feeling of being helpless and alone. But I'm going to wait here. And when you're ready, I would like to see if you happen to have any wounds or anything that I could tend to. We were sent by... Oh my god, what's his name? Devine. To find you. He's worried. Quite frankly, so were we. So whenever you are feeling comfortable, it is safe.
All right. So, is anyone aside from Cult, to make it really vague, willing to help with this persuasion check? There we go. All right.
Who else do we?
Well, you failed yours, so I can't
Albert?
say everybody who anybody wants. Well, could. So, Nagheim, I will get you to make a persuasion check with advantage.
Guidance. 'Cause I'm gonna need it. What? Why don't I can just do this? Oh. Ayo! Coming in hot with that +0.
Now.
Yes.
The result is not what you expect. You hear her breathing slow down a bit, but the only response is a voice.
I can't move.
Are you stuck in any way?
No.
What happened?
Everything's everywhere. They tried to bite me. I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go to the other side.
If
Sorry, plate shifting.
How dare you?
If you will allow us, I would like to show you that you're nowhere dangerous. Well,
And even if you were, we're strong enough to protect you.
but I would also like to show you myself.
Make a insight check.
I was gonna say, I was wondering if I could use sending, and instead of sending words, send her what I saw outside back to our own plane.
We'll do the insight first.
12.
Okay. Okay. So, say one more time what you were going to do.
I was gonna use sending,
Mm-hmm.
and I also have to use it at a higher level. Like I have to use that 4th level because I'm out of 3rd level spells.
Okay.
But I was wondering if I'm able to send her an image of what I was seeing outside. People back home, people, like, instead of using words, but
I'll
send
add
what I
one
saw.
little thing to that to make it work. I'll say that you, Nagheim, had the good sense to send Albert out, and then you can use your connected vision to make that work.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I'll click off the 4th level spell.
cool. Now, once again, you get a response that you weren't anticipating. Marion screams and shrieks and claws at the wall and seems to cower down in the corner. She can't get small enough to the point where her breathing is hyperventilating and she passes out.
Oh.
What is going on?
Colt at this point starts to move the stuff away and takes off his mist cloak and just like wraps it around her and just sort of sits her up and kind of does a cursory medicine, like, is she injured at all?
She's got a few scratches and nothing that looks like poison. So her wounds don't indicate any kind of lingering effect other than being cuts and scrapes and everything like that. Nothing that looks like it's too severe, but you can easily enough bandage things up, and hopefully when she gets back, any kind of healing can be done there.
And he's just going to slowly like pick her up and you can see his legs starting to like bow a little bit 'cause he's like,
I'll give him a hand.
okay.
You guys do that whole stretcher thing.
Would I be able to use my knowledge of Arcana to see if she happens to be under the influence of any remaining magic of the realms?
Oh, sure. Well, that's the tricky thing, is because with your intelligence, you know well enough that given the circumstances that were presented to you as to what possibly transpired, you know that in all likelihood, the path you all took is not necessarily the path that every single individual out here took. So whatever she came across may not have magical essence. It may have a completely different effect. You don't know. That might be reliant on deeper arcana kind of stuff. That might rely on deeper medicine or healing, what have you. All you know is that whatever she experienced is shocking enough that it made her whole system just fight or flight, and she collapsed. But you don't pick up on any surface arcana things. Nothing that screams like, ooh, this is a curse over here or anything like that. Same like with cult. Cuts, scrapes, very simple stuff, thankfully.
All right, folks.
Maybe let's just return her maybe to Silben.
I think it's the best, especially if she's
You know,
out.
just at least she'll be somewhere familiar.
She seems to experience a lot recently, as we all have. But yeah, and then we have to retrace our steps. So
Yes.
back to Stillben to find Rose, wherever she is.
I can only do so much.
Been all over the place.
I would like to do sending on Rose.
Okay.
Rose. Where are you? What is around you? Please answer. It's Nagheim.
Now, I need to double check something here.
Comfort me, oh big cat.
I have a cat as well on my lap right now who is purring and oblivious to all of the drama happening right now.
I just got a big boy who's sleepy and farting. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cat Farts.
Okay. You don't get a response.
Can you try and do the scrying thing? Maybe.
I need to rest.
Okay.
Let me check something out real quick.
I mean, it would.
I think if I get a short rest, I can get it back. I need to find it. I have so much shit to look for. Yes. If I get a short rest, I can recover a 5th level spell slot, and I think scrying is 5th.
Okay, well, we gotta see if our cart's still here. You can rest in the cart.
It is. It is 5th.
Okay.
I have a feeling that Rose hasn't been with us for long enough that she does not know of my sending abilities. If she did not respond,
Something preventing her from responding, maybe.
there's always that. But
She might not be on a plane.
there is
I don't want to put this
very,
into the
very
world.
small chance that it would not work during the plane. And it makes sense why Miriam never responded, because if she was in too much of a fight or flight
I
type
don't
of
want.
mindset, she would not have responded.
I don't like to think this way because it's not positive and it's probably not very productive. But what if Waylon Brexis is sending us on another goose chase, and Rose isn't even among the living?
That is why scrying, when I get a rest, will potentially answer the question that we have.
All right. I don't want to think that way.
Rose doesn't even exist. But wait, we've seen Brexis and Rose in the same spot.
And Rose started like a whole cult, and we've met people
True.
who knew her for a while.
I'm gonna
I think
add one
Rose-
little thing. Sorry to interrupt there. Is that while you're trying to associate your initial contacts with Marion as to being, oh, her mental capacity is kind of blah blah blah. There's the bigger fact that you guys were in separate realities. That too would have prevented it. As soon as you stepped out from the town to another reality, any connection to any reality that you had before, nothing. Scrying, sending, anything. They didn't exist where you were. Planes of existence lap over your same reality. Where you guys were, completely different.
And I didn't get any feeling of like there was a connection with Rose through the spell.
Does it
'Cause
say that you would?
Let me find. Oh my god. Sorry. 10 million fucking spells.
I'm
Don't play a caster, everyone. Don't do it. It's they
No
recognize me
worries.
as the sender if they know me.
Yep.
They can answer in a manner immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence score at least 1 to understand the meaning of my message. It doesn't.
We'll just
though.
say, yeah, then we'll just stick with what we've got here. But you do have the plan there. That's a pretty good, solid one. Get a rest, see if you can get the spell slot back. Try scrying. And I'll tell you right now, with the craziness that's going on in the town, finding your cart, getting your cart out of town, getting back on the road to wherever you need to go next, that would probably take an hour. So if you just veg out with Marion in the back of the cart, I can say by the time you are on the road again, that can constitute a short rest for you.
Okay.
It's fine, Nagheim. I'm still in good enough shape to drive, and Colt, you should probably rest up as well.
Yeah.
That face.
Yeah. During the time we were finding our cart, I'm gonna pull someone aside and say, everything's fine. You can go back to living your lives the way they were. It was Stone, the Reverend. He kind of fucked everything up, but you're good now. Bye.
I can leave it at that. You have many people who kind of pick up on the fact that someone had some sort of answer. So you do have that moment of like 10 to 20 people kind of clawing at you for answers like, I saw my mother's grave, you know, and like toys came to life and they tried to eat me. There were dinosaurs. I don't even know what a dinosaur is. You know, just all this shit coming at you. Like, what do we do with our lives now that we know this? And you're just like, excuse me, just out of the way to the right. And yeah, about an
I've
hour
looked
or
into
so.
the void and it looked back at me.
Yeah. And it
it's
said I had a
adorable.
nice ass.
Colt tries to use his like nobility sort of training to calm everybody, and it goes, well, it could have been, you know, a mass hysteria brought on by the poison that grows in rye.
Are we poisoned? Oh my god!
Not anymore! Yay! Cause a wizard helped, and a wizard
A wizard did
cured
this?
you
Fuck
all.
wizards! Kill all the wizards!
No!
Okay, Nagheim, time to go in the back of the car.
Put this blanket over you. Actually, Colt is going to put a blanket over Marion and make sure she's comfortable while she's passed out, and
Excellent.
then
I'll just kind of leave my pack like as a makeshift pillow for her
For sure.
while I climb into the driver's seat.
I'm gonna re-roll some of my. I'm gonna roll some of my health since it's a long rest or
For
a short rest.
Short rest, yeah.
yeah. Can I? I'm gonna do that too.
Well, first of all, what direction, like, where are we heading to?
Still Ben.
Yeah.
Still Ben? Okay. So I will say for the time being, just because of situations and all that kind of stuff, whoever is wanting to do a short rest, we'll say that the extra horse, excuse me, is fastened to the cart and no one's going to be riding it. Whoever is riding the carriage, after an hour, you can switch out with somebody else who does take a short rest to make sure everybody's somewhere closer to full health. Does that make sense?
I'm still good to go for a while if
Oh, okay.
I get so little HP back every time.
Now, Virya, since you're at the helm, roll a d4.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Okay, I've gotten the lowest fucking.
4.
Great.
I don't
So-
know how to do this.
As you leave, with a little bit of fear and apprehension, as you leave the town of Beaverbrook once more, you're like, fingers crossed, and it's still TAL'DOREI. So, you head out and you take a left, and it's about 30 minutes to the west,
Someone should probably tell me where we're going.
where somebody does pipe up, and Nagheim just says, like, pointed that way.
Nagheim's like in their book, not even looking up, and it's Albert like poking them on the shoulder when they finally look up. And
She's
they're like,
fucking up. She's fucking up.
I'm going to
Very-
Marquette, y'all. Goodbye.
I don't know how to roll hit dice. That's fine. It's fine. I got 50 hit points. I'll live.
All right, but course correction. Now you are heading back down towards
Yeah.
Stillben. So I'd say it's about midday right now, and about 3 hours into the journey, you're coming down a little bit of a slope, the opposite end, and you see just off in the distance the remaining circle of tents and everything that are propped up where you guys saw the followers of Dionysus. But there's no activity there anymore. It's just the tents all set up.
Oh, I don't like the look of that.
I slowed down.
So,
Carriage.
shall I scribe before we try anything?
Oh shit, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. So I'd say this was like 3 hours into the journey. I'd say in about an hour before you see this camp, I'll let you make a scrying attempt.
Okay, so because I know the target well, they get -5 to their save
Colt,
on
this is on you.
scrying. And do we have anything of hers on us?
I mean, she's in your heart and soul, you guys.
Well, we got some of her food.
Oh, well, that would
at the
also
very
then,
least.
if it's her possessions, she gets -4, so she'll have -9 to her save.
That's good stuff.
So Nagheim would sit down and let the dark radiant magic and the gold time magic kind of start spiraling together as Nagheim's eyes go white.
Okay.
I mean, did you want to say something beforehand? Ari?
No, well, I was about to say I had the compass she gave me. I don't know if that would work. But...
You all have gifts from her, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, I think this would be -15 in total to her save.
Okay. It's a wisdom saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw. She needs to match or beat a 17, but she also has
So I'll say this. Cult,
a lot
make
minus to
a
it.
wisdom saving throw for Rose at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have taken out the compass
That's
and given it to Nagheim.
But yeah, and Nagheim's like soul almost leaves them as they attempt to connect.
8.
So, as soon as you complete the spell requirements, it's almost like, to metagame for a little bit, like a Doctor Strange moment for you, where you rise up out of your body and you can see where you and the oddities are located moving along the road to Stilben. And there's a hum in your head, a melodic hum that gets your astral self to kind of look off to the horizon. You were transported quickly, instantly. And you look down and you see a field, but it's obscured. You go down to the ground level. Ash, grass, faded colors. Everything is in this gray. It's unfocused. You see a figure. Wrists bound in iron shackles. Raised so far up behind her. Tethered to an iron pole in the ground. Ankles similarly bound by iron shackles. Bleeding, cut, blistered, boiled, burnt, starved, dehydrated, slumped, and barely breathing. You recognize the familiar tattoos along Rose's body.
And nothing around it looks familiar.
Everything around it is so vague, because the only thing that scrying lets you see is within a very small radius around the individual who comes into hyper focus.
Could Nagheim spot any of like if there's plant life within the hyper focus area? Okay.
It's very much like looking with the ring of Sauron. But You know she's on this plane of existence.
Yes.
Might explain why she couldn't communicate with you. But as to where exactly she is, that's up in the air.
I don't. You can see and hear through the sensors if you were there. So I can look through and around because it creates an invisible orb that I can see through. I want to try to see if I can even make out the image of a tree.
You see no trees. So what are we doing?
Is there a chance that as I return to my body, as we're going, I can try to steal a glimpse at a tree?
I'd say no. This spell is very specific to, like, if you're looking for a location or an object or a person, the only thing that comes into, like, real clarity is the individual. Everything else is the vaguest of hints of anything around it. And where Rose is, it seems like there's not much to indicate what kind of place or surrounding she is in. So I'll ask again, what are we doing?
Nikon?
Viria's using her maracas.
Driving the cart.
I know.
Is it
You're having a
really
bop.
the time for a hat dance?
Are you mocking me?
Yes.
I have nothing. She is alive.
What do you? Okay.
But I have
Don't say it like that.
nothing. I can't find her. I can't get to her.
Well, she's alive. That's something, at least.
Yes, but I don't know where.
Well, we have
Or
to
how.
do what that asshole told us to do and retrace our steps.
How can we retrace? Have we been somewhere full of what appeared to be ash?
Can I use my intelligence to try and, or my history to try and remember
Sure.
an ashy landscape?
Sure.
I mean, might as well do that as well, if
Oh
possible.
my!
I mean, yeah, I would. I guess I would be as well.
Nagheim would be better at this because they have a photographic memory.
The cat ran away.
Sorry, Johnson.
So that's a 33.
All right. So with that intelligence check, you're questioning if it is literal ash or if you're assuming it was ash because of the lack of coloration between the transport to where you are to where your destined vision is. So the way your brain is working right now is exactly how Nagheim is working. Like, what does, if I add color to this, is this white? Is it snow? Is it ash? Is it sand? Is it soot? What is this? Is it just mulch? What? But you also think that still, even with that, you really don't have much of a lead to go on as to where her exact location would be. But I'll get you to do me a favor, because I'd say typically when Nagheim gets into some sort of like brain teaser of trying to figure out the answers to so many questions, there's a moment of clarity where they would step back and just reset, refocus, solve some other thing, do some little mind puzzle of some sort to recenter, and then go at it again. And I will get you to make a perception check, please. Fantastic.
26.
Sitting just off the edge of the cart, looking up, taking a big breath, looking at the sky. It's in that zone where you're trying to sort out one thing and quiet another part of your brain. And you're just in the middle part looking up, that you take in what time of day it is. And because you have a keen mind that can remember anything in the last 30 days, looking at where the sun is positioned doesn't just tell you what time of day it is, but what day it is. It has been almost 7 days since you entered Beaverbrook.
And how long did it feel for us?
An hour for each reality you went to, plus a short rest.
Okay. So like 8 hours.
12, 10, 12, yeah. So, with that, I'll pick it up for a second and say that now, after contemplation and everything, everybody trying to get short rests here and there just to heal up what they can, Marion's still out like a light. You guys now crest over the hill and you see the encampment that I spoke of before.
I drove the entire time, so I'll assume I get a short rest.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to do hit dice.
That was a question, Jason, by the way. That was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at chat and then back here and then I heard hit
No
dice. I
worries.
ignored you. I'm so sorry. What are you doing?
No, I said since I've been driving the entire time, I assume I skip out on the short rest. Right.
I'll offer this to you now then. If you want to say somebody take over for a little bit and you want to have a short rest in that 3-hour time period, I'll totally allow it.
Up to the other two, because
Yeah,
Viria would
Colt.
definitely like.
Colt.
Colt
insist on driving,
will
but-
happily swap out.
Okay, so go for it,
Okay.
Viria. Do your short rest real quick.
In my time, say, because I'm doing little dances right now before we go investigate.
That's a good time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hang tight. We're going to jump out for a quick little bathroom break, and then we're going to come back in and finish up this story, or the second half of this story. And yeah, in the meantime, you get to see the emotes that Nicola Nora has created for all our subscribers. They are adorable. And you get to see the art by the lovely Chuck Monty as well. So hang tight. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. See you then.
Bye.
I hope the internet did hear you say stuff it in there. If there is a wish I want for the end of this year, it was for people to hear Chuck say, stuff it in there.
Shove it in, pull it out.
Sheesh.
Oh, we're live!
Welcome back, everybody.
Yay.
So, our adventuring troop, the Oddities, is on the road south after a slight detour to the west, but that's okay. So, heading south, they come across the top of a hill where they see below the encampment that had the followers of Diana. Followers, not cult of Dionysus.
Cultists.
Yeah. So, they see that on their way. But what we are going to do, let's find out.
Well, as mentioned before, we went back and did the whole spraying thing. As we pull up to the camp, which is mysteriously empty, I will slow down, pull on the reins.
Whoa. Oh, do you think I
That's
should?
weird.
Do you think I should scout it out?
I mean, we probably should, yeah. It's weird that they'd leave all of their tents up like this.
Mm-hmm.
They
Unless
may
they've been
not. They could just be scavenging for things.
Well, without any god, though? I mean, you would leave behind someone to look after your
What-
belongings, no?
Would they though?
Well, it's, you know, basic survival.
Let me go have a peek, see.
All right. So, Cult, I will get you to make a stealth check, please.
Stealth check. Oh, it's so nice to roll without disadvantage. 27.
Hey, there you go. All right. Skadoosh.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. That's the sound I make.
Yes. I'll wait for the song to end. So, being careful to monitor the outskirts of the circled tent campsite, you're looking in between each of them to see any kind of movement. And you do notice that in the center, there is the remains of what would have been the bonfire you guys spotted during the night in the center, but it's died away days ago. You see there are a few of the tents opposite you that have kind of collapsed in on themselves a bit. Most of the structures still stand around. You don't see any people, so you slowly try and break through the inner circle from behind one of the tents. Make an investigation check.
I'm gonna Ghost of Tsushima this shit.
Fuck yeah. God, I love that game.
Oh, I know. I just want to play it again. 15.
15. Two things you notice. There is one very large tent that seems to kind of withstand whatever winds and storm has kind of ripped through this area in the last few days. It's larger than most of them, and it stands out a little bit. But your heart ricochets off your ribs, because between that giant tent and the beginning of the rest of the circle opposite you, you see a body chained to an iron pole, slumped forward and not moving. The only body in this entire encampment.
Well, he's going to go forth
Okay.
and inspect the body, and if it's obviously, is this person alive?
This person is unconscious. If there's breath, you're not noticing it.
Okay.
And you see along the bald, tattooed head blisters that have broken and seeped blood that has dried in the sun, their feet heavily scarred and mangled from whatever wildlife has come to feed off them.
Oh.
Their wrists shackled high behind them, their ankles shackled below them. Rose lays there unconscious.
I can use Spare the Dying at will, and so I shall.
Okay.
I touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. And then I've got no spell slots, but I have. Once he does that, he's going to use his superior potion of healing. Last one, babies.
You go to use it. You notice that her mouth is thick because her tongue has swelled up so much that she can barely get air, let alone any fluids in her. And looking at her, I'll get you to make a medicine check.
Oh, good. I have a plus to that. That's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, it's a 9.
You just know that whatever liquid you're going to try and pour in there, you can't even find like a little crevice to kind of sneak a healing potion in there. So I'll say it would be a waste to use a healing potion right now.
Can I try something pretty wild?
Depends. Let's hear it.
Colt has it in his head that if he can't get anything past the tongue, he can still get something in. Oh no, this is a stupid idea. I don't think it's gonna work.
Are you thinking tracheotomy?
I am thinking tracheotomy.
Except that
I'll
goes
say
to
with
the
that.
windpipe.
Well,
I know
here's
that's
the thing.
I don't think Colt knows how it works.
Yeah,
so
with that
I
9,
think this
you're
is
not
probably...
confident enough that that
I'm not
would
confident.
work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That makes the decision for me. Okay.
No worries.
He goes to the earring immediately and he goes, Rose is here. I've got a stable, but
You found
she
him?
is
Where?
she's here in the campsite.
Fuck.
There's nobody else around.
Okay. I'll tie the horses up and I'll do so.
Okay.
And Colt's going to get started on picking the locks for the shackles.
Okay,
Or getting
make
the
a
shackles
sleight of
off.
hand check.
Oh my god. Oh, not bad. 24.
That's really good.
That's real good.
So you have to kind of scrape away a bit of the blood that has seeped from around her wrists into the lock itself. But once you get all that caked mess out of there, you're able to easily pick the lock on them. You untie her wrists, and she slumps right to the ground, unmoving. You get to the ankles, same thing. You've got her.
Albert would come speeding in because flying speed is so much quicker.
Mhm.
And we'll just lightly tap Rose. And I'll dump a 4th level Cure Wounds.
Okay. So that will help to stabilize her. Now, once everybody is together, I will get whoever is proficient in it to make a medicine check.
26.
Looking over Rose, with how dehydrated she looks, with how bloated her stomach looks, with how many injuries up and down around her ankles, her wrists, how much flesh is missing from her feet and her legs and her fingers. This is not necessarily something that healing potions or healing magics will fix. And that's when it comes back to you. You've been gone for 6 days. That's 6 days of whatever kind of exhaustion, 6 days of being in one spot, 6 days without food, water, and being feasted on. If it wasn't for Spare the Dying and that one healing, she would have been dead, no return. But the injuries and the damage that her body has sustained, this needs slow recovery of water and eventually food to get her back possibly to consciousness, then we can consider treating the wounds and getting her back to herself. The best thing you guys can do now is just to make sure that whatever condition she's in right now, we keep that stable until we find a safe place to be for all of you.
Let's bring Marion back, and then we teleport back to Singon.
And Colt's gonna start cutting through one of the tents enough to make like a little hammock, so that they can carry Rose without jostling too much.
Mm-hmm.
Nagheim will rip off a piece of fabric from the tent, and I'm going to keep using Presto on it. And it's going to create a damp cloth.
Okay.
Or a cool cloth, not damp, sorry, a cool cloth. And it's going to just keep pressing it on Rose and treating and trying to cool down the body temperature a little bit since she was out in the sun.
Okay.
Do we know this is Rose?
No. Not 100%.
Nagheim, do you have some way of checking?
And Colt, well, that happens. Colt's in like fix-it mode. He's gonna start searching around the camp for anything of Rose's, and maybe even some like clue as to what happened here, apart from windswept tents and stuff like that.
Okay. Is anyone joining Colt on that?
I mean, that was my next course of action.
Okay. So I will say you guys do all that cutting of the cloth, making sure Rose is in the cart and out of even just the sun at this point to play it safe. Then whoever would like to join Cult scouring the camp, I'll get you to make an investigation check.
Is someone gonna do a separate one, or give me
I would rather
advantage?
give you advantage.
This is
That's my motto.
I have a
advantage.
+5.
Okay.
I have a +6.
So we'll say this. If you're all going to be doing this investigation check, I'll say Viri can give Cult advantage, and if Nagheim, or Cult or Nagheim, whichever one, and then the other one rolls straight.
I can use Albert to kind of aid my investigation.
Okay.
that way-
I'll give Colt a hand.
Okay, let's see those rolls. 18. Roll one more time, Cult. Natural 20. Fucking brilliant.
Natural 20.
Nagheim.
The laptop's trying its hardest right now. It is
That's your
not, but it's a 21.
Brilliant. Okay,
Good.
here we go. So, you both kind of make your way around the tent, trying to pick up little pieces of what may be evidence or some sort of hint as to what transpired here. And it's kind of alarming that there is nothing that... Oh, Nagheim's going to peace out in 3, 2...
Yep.
Yeah. At least I got to call it one time. And unfortunately,
stressful.
the internet doesn't get to see. There's usually a dog in that space right there that we just obsess over, but they're not there right now. So,
I know, yeah, we get Harry Cam, and
Yeah.
it's awesome.
yeah, it's
God,
pretty
Harry's
great.
so cute.
But we'd rather have a Fred cam. Just saying. We love you, Fred. So, as you're going through each of these exterior tents, you are... Oh, cheers. You're not finding anything out of the ordinary that would result in what looks like torture. You do see remnants of things that you have seen in passing when you were in the Riff and Mist jungle. Like, there's bottles of wine that seem to be homemade. There's the aromas of like some of the wines that they made with the foliage from the jungles and everything back there. There's other kind of narcotic treats there as well, and maybe a little smell of something along the lines of Astroglide, but you know. So moving away from there, yep, just put it in there. Yeah, bag of holding. But it's not until you get to the main camp, the first thing you do see, or the main tent, excuse me, the first thing you do see is just leaning up against the corner is Rose's great axes. So you're able to take care of those with you. There's also the very hungry bag of holding that she usually carries with all her things. Although being 6 days, whatever contents are in there, probably gone. So I'll get somebody to write that down for a message to Rose, just to be like, hey, everything that was possibly in that bag is...
I believe it was glowing vegetation from the Underdark.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck. Well, no,
I still have
think
some.
Yeah, one of us
I
still
have
has
some.
some.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, because I do want to take time when we have time for that.
I'm never giving you
Yeah.
guys time. All right. Searching around this space inside this oversized tent, you find the charred remains of a small fire in the center of the space. In the far right interior is a modest table with a stool tucked underneath it and a pillow on its seat. I'm Jason.
The cat jumped up and scared the shit out of me.
A few remaining quills with dried ink on their tips lay scattered about the surface, with a scattering of blank parchment across the tabletop. But as you search underneath the table for any scrap, Nagheim, any indication of something that would make sense of everything that you have come to know of the followers of Dionysus and their current horrors that you are now aware of, you find one piece of parchment. It seems to have worn away around its edges and seems faded with time. You can see it seems to have slipped behind the far table leg, pinning it against the tent wall. And on the page is an illustration, a diagram showing a geometrical shape that has been pulled apart, or seemingly showing how to piece this puzzle shape together. Lines point to different plates that make up its exterior and the joints that interconnect them. The reference markers are indicated by what look like 2 letters or 2 digits, but it's in a language that you don't understand. And this being the only page, whatever it is referencing to is not indicated.
Wow.
Hang on. Now for Cult and Viria. After searching around the rest of the tent, only finding animal skins and pillows that have been left behind, as well as a few bowls and cups where ants are feasting on whatever remained in them, you head towards the tent entrance once again and stop, just to take one last look around, and that's when you decide to poke through the remains of the fire in the middle of the room, just in case there might be something there. And to your surprise, you find one tiny scrap of parchment that seems to have been almost completely burnt away by the fire. Perhaps there was more that was set ablaze, but this little fragment is all that remains. And what you see is this. I don't know if you can see that actually.
Oh, there we are. So it's a shield and a hammer, from what I can see here. Yeah, let's go in for a closer look. Yeah, there we are.
Now, just to
Let's
describe to the audience there for you. Actually,
You do bad on that?
I will get, instead of that, I'll describe it. But as you kind of collectively come together to kind of just briefly show each other everything that you've discovered. You've got the axes, you've got the bag. Each of you has a parchment of some sort in some sort of decay or wear and tear. Nagheim, I'll get you to make a history check, please.
28.
28, brilliant. So with a 28, everybody looks at the parchments. You see the diagram on the page that Nagheim has discovered, and you see these 2 items on the burnt parchment from the bonfire, which depicts a great hammer and a tower shield with an image displayed across it. Now, they're just sketches, but there's something about this Nagheim that rings familiar. And you think for a minute, and you realize one of these images is what you saw long time ago in an underwater city. It was a book that mentioned something called the Vestiges of Divergence before it disintegrated in your hands.
Oh my god. I literally wrote down, is this more shit?
Thanks.
From
Thanks
the
a lot.
From the city we went to for Viria.
It's more vestibules of divergence.
Did you say my virgins?
It's the
with
vestibules
what
of
you
my
said.
Vestibules of
virgins.
my virgins.
The vestibules of my virgins.
That's the name of my autobiography. All right.
I thought it was Sadwang.
No, that's called.
That's me.
Yeah, I was about to say that's cool.
All right. So,
Nagheim's eyes would flare up on a very familiar gold sense, and I'm going to cast Comprehend Language.
okay. Now, what you see on your page, which is the only thing with any kind of writing,
Yeah.
is just basic terminology, or like things like when there is a diagram or any kind of autopsy kind of thing. This is item 1A. This is item 2C. But as to what 1A and what 2C would refer to, that part is gone. But you do know this is some sort of like diagram or blueprint for whatever this object is on the page. And you do notice,
Sorry.
it's okay, that the language, which you also recognize, is Aorian.
Nagheim is going to fully memorize the diagram.
I'm sorry. Fuck you, Ari.
I mean,
It totally is. Now that I think about it, it totally is.
Oh,
There's
I'm
like
really
a
good at IKEA.
yeah. There's a 2D figure on there going like this with a
fuck,
wrench.
Someone is.
Put a carpet down, get a friend.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, the language you recognize on the sheet is Swedish.
Yes.
Yes. Nagheim is also going to fold the paper up and tuck it into their robe.
Okay. You know what? I'll also say that if you want to take the page from Colton Viria,
Yeah.
that's fine too. Keep it all
Yeah,
together.
if everyone lets me, I will keep it on myself, not in my bag, not in my pouches, in like a pocket inside of my robe.
Cult, make a very low DC intelligence check.
Those are the best kind. Ta-da.
Watch, you fail. No, you pass. All right.
12.
Seeing that Nagheim is trying to be protective of that, you do recall that you do have your wrist pocket. Just saying.
Wrist pocket. Oh, I have exactly one spot in my wrist
I-
pocket.
Will give it to you after I have the chance to fully copy it into my book, so we will never lose it.
Sounds good.
It's backup.
Like
I-
Backblaze. Sorry.
We are not supported by Backblaze, but if you're
We would
interested in
accept it.
Backblaze, contact us.
By all means.
This is a theory, and wild. Rose has known of the Chained Oblivion, potentially of another name.
Yes,
These are
go on.
powerful, powerful artifacts that potentially can be connected to part with you, Viria.
You must have missed something.
Well, we found one already while following you.
Well, I mean, could have been just, it was an old city. It could have just been lying there by
Yes.
coincidence with the thing I was looking for.
All in the same language.
Well, yeah, it's the same place.
This, again, is wild, and what if there's somebody controlling the cult?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, they're pretty much like
But-
ready to be controlled.
Not, more like not fully. It's different parts. What if the cultists are being used to try to find ways to get powerful artifacts? What if the cult was never meant to just be what they say it is?
I should probably mention this now that the cult is back to haunt us. In that 1 month we all spent more or less apart, I was called to Western by Karen Sari. He had me investigate a camp of these cultists, and when I found them, they were all dead.
Well, that's another piece to a puzzle that's still not very clear.
It just it looked ritualistic in a way.
Oh, God.
So there definitely something's going on. I just don't know what. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to mention this in front of Rose. But a lot of
It's a good thing
coincidences.
she's in the cart.
Well,
I think because there are more than just Rose that started this cult.
wasn't it her and her wife? She said
It was.
she mentioned this wife also spoke of, well, whatever, the Chained Oblivion, Angel of Irons, if they're even the same thing.
Oh,
But her wife's dead.
is she? Did we ever find out how Rose's wife passed?
No.
And we have no proof. What if Rose is hiding her? What if Rose knows more, and this could be why she... If they are doing something as bringing the Chained Oblivion back, they wouldn't want any loose ends.
Why would Rose lie about her wife being dead?
We lie to protect those we love.
Or even from us?
Remember... We're gonna lie to my sister about me dying again. And protecting someone I love. And, I adore Rose, but, sometimes she can be a little bit defensive or closed about certain things in her past.
You mean everything about her past?
Nagaheim?
Hmm.
Can you use what you did to find Rose? Can you do that with her wife? You said it would work on dead people.
I would need a description of her wife.
Oh
I
shit.
cannot scry on somebody without knowing. And I could peer into Rose's mind, but I fear if we did that without her consent.
No, she
would.
has to be okay with this, but before we even do that, we have to get her to safety.
Agreed. Let's get on our way. I think the first matter of business, obviously, is making sure Rose can recover and we get Marion back to where she belongs.
Yeah.
All right.
Compartmentalization is brilliant.
So, as you guys are collecting everything, making sure there was nothing else that could be connected or anything you may have overlooked on a second pass, you leave the tent. And whoever would like to can make a perception check.
I always like to, except most of the time never succeed on them.
Dirty 20.
It's tracking.
So on brand.
Right on.
Yeah. Not one.
All right, so Viri, you're really not too concerned about anything other than Rose, who... Oh, I was going to say you were carrying Rose, but she's back in the cart already. Never mind. So your brain is just a cluster of all these kind of questions that you had going on about Rose's wife, the cult, the mention of this is connected to something you did or you guys went on. So there's all these questions of like, what the fuck is going on? And your brain is just do.
It's the Charlie wall.
Yeah. And Nagheim, as you exit the tent,
Get your claw out of
you
my
are
butt.
attacked by a feral cat that just jumped out and pounced off of your shoulders over to Cult and just scratched her. It's very
It's
meta.
on my butt cheek.
But upon exiting the tent, in the corner of your eye, Nagheim, at the far end of the encampment, you look and see the wind kick up one of the flaps on one of the other tents, but you could have sworn there was a figure in a black hooded cloak standing just behind the tent entrance. And then they're gone.
Okay. I'm gonna let out my last sending. Do I have it? No, I don't. Never mind. I lied.
You liar.
No.
Point of disinspiration. All right, so what's everybody doing?
As we walk, Nagheim will say, the cloaked figure is still following us.
Motherfucker!
Ken,
Ugh.
where did
Where-
you see them?
Yeah.
Over there.
I'll go and have a
Go
look. Sword in
get-
hand.
Track him down.
Make a... What's better for you? I'll give you a break here. Is it perception or investigation?
It's perception, funnily enough.
Go for it.
Although, if you're using your tracking skills looking for footprints, survival.
That tracks.
Survival would have been the same thing.
You're still in your head. It's okay. You had a momentary like rush of like, oh, something to go smack, and then you go over there. It's like, oh, there's nothing to smack.
Fuck. Smack a tent.
It quivers in fear.
Good. It better.
Yeah. All right.
I bet it was Schrodinger.
I really like that name. That was a good
Cool.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not believe it would be him since
Well, he would have been following us for a very long time
this
then.
entire time.
Unless
Well,
could
he did know
potent-
your name. Or they.
I still feel like they are divine being of the Fae.
Do you think Schrodinger was just trying to solve the problem of Beaverbrook the whole time, and
I think he was stuck.
he was stuck? And then, so Waylon Brexis was revealed by Schrodinger, therein saying Schrodinger's kind of not against us.
Well, they did, heal Hugh and Rose from
Yeah.
whatever that was.
Well, you and
Okay,
Waylon.
Right.
alright.
Thanks for the reminder.
Okay, so Schrodinger, not quite an enemy, but we don't know where they stand. This is all
Yeah, I
where
mean,
we're
I wouldn't
getting on the
trust them
cart
as
and
far as I
moving.
can throw them, so.
It would make no sense if it was Waylon following us.
But how?
Is it?
Waylon knew a lot of what's happened in.
Well, how
The
could
past
he have
couple
gotten to
weeks.
the bottom of the sea with us? No one knew about that. Just getting there was a fucking nightmare.
The reason the Chained Oblivion is locked up so much is because of the power it has. If it
So it
is
doesn't
about
answer my
that,
question.
I don't
Sorry,
think
I'm
there is.
impatient. I'm on,
excuse me, I can attempt, once I rest, to try to scry on that figure, but
I just
What?
don't like this. That someone's been following us, and now the whole thing with Rexus replacing Rose, that's just a lot.
I think whatever it is a shadow of Rose. So whoever it is there because of Rose. I believe. And until she's able to tell us or willing to let me see, I don't think we'll be getting any answers.
Okay, let's just get Marion back to Stillben, then get the fuck out.
Once I rest, I do have an idea.
It's fine. I
wish to try.
I can keep driving.
Oh, I will do much more than just an hour.
Well, it
4.
will take more than an hour for us to get back to Stillben anyway. So.
Yeah, stupid.
How long from where we are?
Probably like another day since we.
Yeah. I mean, you guys could push it and arrive sometime in the late night, early morning hours if you really wanted to. Because I think, yeah, you'd be about a day's travel, not necessarily like 24 hours, but like a day's travel away from Stillben from where you are right now.
Would you two be willing to go without stopping until we get to Stillben?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay awake and make sure Rose's tongue doesn't get any bigger. Maybe I can get it
Allow me
down.
to meditate for 4 hours then. Oh, trance.
Absolutely.
I have a couple ideas. And I need as much of my mental strength as I can for this.
All right. Yes, it's Colt and I can take turns driving or looking after Rose.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, back on the road again.
On the road again.
On the road again.
Everybody now.
On the road again.
Super depressing information, and here we are.
On the road again.
Road again.
Everybody in the chat, sing along with us. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Road again.
All my trauma and my feelings are in place. Anyway.
Oh my god.
I
Too
do
close to
love
hope.
Jason's dance.
I am a white boy. I have maracas, or I'm riding a horse. I don't know. Oh, that's how you do it. Here we go. Anyway, while you're on the road, and just to fast connect a couple of events, somewhere between leaving the camp and heading towards about the halfway mark, Marion does come to consciousness again. And again, as soon as she sees her surroundings, unfamiliar, open sky, unfamiliar, doesn't really know any of you that well. Strange people, strange happenings, the events that occurred before, she does start screaming. She becomes uncontrollably unconsolable. Anyone who would be driving the cart at this time?
Rollies, Ari?
Rollies, sure.
Rollies.
Gives us an excuse.
Highest drive
all the
card.
way over there. Fuck.
19.
16.
Okay.
So I'll be driving the cart.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will get Nagheim, because unfortunately I'd say you'd be about halfway into whatever trance you were trying to do when this occurs and pops you out of your trance. So between Nagheim and Viria, I will get you to 1, make a persuasion check. And if somebody wants to give the other advantage, you can.
I mean, I would instantly, like,
Use your big
be on Marion and using my +9 persuasion.
use your big charisma, baby.
Guidance. For the love of God. I just want her to shut up.
Oh no. Oh, she has extreme trauma.
21.
That's good. That's good.
A D4. 22.
22. Excellent. So, seeing the visage of Viria trying to calm this young girl, glowing eyes, claw hand, it's okay. You realize, you take stock before you even attempted Virya and realize like, okay, I'm a very frightening individual. So hands down, passive, almost like you're trying to pet a stray cat. You're just trying to not even focus on trying to calm her, ignore the situation. You're just trying to calm the body, the mind, calm down, center, be at peace, be at peace. You get her calm enough that she just kind of crawls into a ball and just covers her head and tries to block out anything. Just hide herself from the world. Anyone who
Cautiously,
has...
I would also put a blanket over her.
Now I'll get either of you to make an insight check.
Either of whom?
I have +7.
The not driver.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you have a higher perception than I do. Who are we kidding?
insight.
22.
They still have a higher insight than I do.
Not that you're familiar with this personally, but obviously this young girl has been through an event that no one would be in. It's lucky enough that you folks experienced it, because at least there's some sort of standard that you can weigh it against. This is a young girl who just was going to have a young girl's life, and she got thrown into this chaos of alternate realities and creatures and fearing for her life. And you look at the signs and what she's displaying. Sure, she's scared, but it's more than that. She's trying to hide away from everything external. She's trying to make herself small, unseen, safe. Anything that is outside of her reach seems to be not safe. And while some of you may have recognized that, sure, she's going to have a bit of trauma to deal with, you recognize that there's been a seed of agoraphobia planted in this girl because of this event. And it may stay with her for a very, very long time.
I'm going to bring out my 3 globules of light and have them as very warm, soft tones, and have them just softly dance around, giving a more warmer environment. And I'm going to use prestidigitation to surround her with the smell of the tavern that she used to work at,
Okay.
just to give a more comforting environment until hopefully she is able to come to rest.
All right. Now, just to be fair, if you were to take a meditation now, would that still last?
The presto is like I would just do it every so often.
Okay.
And the dancing lights is concentration.
Okay.
And they only last a minute anyway, so it's just to try to give her a sense of comfort.
Yeah. So here's what we'll say. We'll say you continue this, and still, when the lights fade, you produce them again. You keep going like a protective parent. You wait until she is calm and she's at rest. And then you feel like there's enough time here. Maybe you can get rest for yourself, and then you can re-up. Does that sound fair? Okay. Well, the rest of the journey is thankfully very uneventful. I'll say if Cult was driving, unfortunately getting to Stillben, you'll probably have 1 point of exhaustion. But easily taken care of by the time you rest, possibly for that day or night.
One?
Don't tempt me.
Oh, not tempting you. I love you.
Colt, if you're getting exhausted, we're switching places.
Oh, I'm fine.
No, you're not.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Caller.
Albert just is looking at the two of them like, seriously?
What do you want?
Just tilts his head and looks at you.
So, it's about this time when you cross the threshold of the city gates, heading towards the Gold Leaf Inn, where you see that beautiful breaking point where the people who work the 9 to 5 are getting up and going to their jobs, and the people who are partying 24/7 are coming out from their clubs and holes and drunken stupors, and they just kind of, hey, in the day as they cross. And that's, for Stillben, that's usually like the caw crowing in the morning. You know, it's like, caw. They pass by each other in the night, and a new day has dawned.
Fred, Ralph.
Yep.
All right, Gold Leaf in, and then Sengon. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
we can. Let's take care of Rose. We can take care of the Slayer's take afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I can send message after to inform them that the deed is completed. And
Although, my rock feather got wasted in the shifting plains.
Yeah,
Hang on.
what was
Is this-
that?
It was something Trixie gave me just
Oh.
to try it out.
That's unsurprising.
Hey, Colt, where on your person did you have that?
The rock feather? He's got a bunch of pockets on inside, as rogues do, and it was just secreted away in one of them. It's got shit.
As
hidden
you
all
poke it there, it's still there.
Oh snap!
As if everything that transpired before you entered the city of Reaverbrook never happened.
Oh, I'm gonna put this back in my friggin' thing.
So,
There you go.
if there were any potions, any items used during that time,
Oh,
you can
there
add them
were.
back.
I can't remember how many I had.
Does
Oh,
That's
yeah.
okay. That's why we have videos.
Does that
Hey.
include
It's two.
the conversation with Schrodinger's?
Oh, that happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just whatever was used before that. Cool. I get one regular potion of healing back.
I get 2 potions of greater healing back. Damn, Skippy. Well, that actually, that's fantastic, because now if we do actually need it, I've got it.
Yeah, hopefully it'll work that time.
Well, it worked the first
but-
time.
Just to be sure, Nagheim, is their spell still in the ring?
I cannot tell you.
Oh.
I am all but tapped out.
Okay.
Well, we can try it, and if it doesn't
Tell-
work, then we'll
well-
know.
Well,
wait,
we'll
is
get
my
a
long
rope.
my long rest is done?
yeah.
Okay. I'll
But
need
I
10
will-
minutes.
Yeah, I will say while you're taking 10 minutes to figure that out, I'll get both Viri and Cult to make a history check, please.
I have spells again.
16.
Okay. Amazing tonight, Viri.
I think you mean like every night.
Ugh.
But this tracks because this is a money related thing. So, Cult, you remember that Devine did tell you guys before you headed out that should this adventure be a little more taxing or a little more than you bargained for, that they would reconsider the price that was on offer. And that to collect payment, it's Devine, not the Slayer's Take, you have to confer with.
Oh.
I was just thinking of telling the Slayers take it's finished so they
Yeah,
can
just that their contract
they
is
can know.
Just so everybody's aware. Yep.
Yeah.
And if you need an actual rest before going home, there was the offer that you could stay at the Gold Leaf for free.
as Nagheim is taking their 10 minutes, Colt will actually. Vera, would you help me with Marine to get her inside?
Yeah.
And if she's like conscious, we're gonna
Maybe get her on my back if
She's
Yeah,
pretty lightweight.
she's okay with that.
She's less than a sack of potatoes at this point. Yeah.
wrapped up in the cloak.
Fireman carry.
Just dragging her behind.
No, I mean, if she's conscious, I would put her on my back.
Is this the wanted person?
And get her situated inside. And is Devine available? He asks the main room.
Yep. So Devine is fetched. He comes out. You gingerly just show him that you've retrieved Marion. He ushers you to a back room where there is a lavish room set up. Big overstuffed couches where you can lay Marion down, pillows, blankets, and everything. He rushes out to get like some scented things for like, so there's a mint kind of smell in the air, just something to make the room fresh, away from like the smoke and the sour stench of everything that's served in the main room. So you notice that Devine is very attentive and very protective for her well-being. If that was ever a question, it's put to rest now. And once she is situated and everything, you all leave. He closes the door behind him. Thank you all for doing this task.
Well, you should probably know she's not all right at all.
What happened?
Not sure. I mean, some kind of.
There was a reverend in Beaverbrook that unfortunately got into some really weird magic and kind of tied the whole reality around Beaverbrook into a pretzel, and then another pretzel, and then a third and fourth and fifth pretzel. And unfortunately Marion got tied up in this as well, and these places that you shifted to were not for the faint of heart or mind. And we kind of do this for a living, so we've got a bit of a guard against it. I don't think Marion was prepared for what she saw and experienced. So if
I would give her space as much as possible so she can get.
But check in. Maybe bring someone for her to talk to about it. It's it was bad. It was very bad, and it's going to take a while for her to recover, I think.
So Cult, I'll get you to make a persuasion check.
I help.
Yeah, you're there too. Yeah. So with advantage.
Baby. Oh, that one's good. Let's see if I can get better. Nope, 23.
Okay. So you're able to convey enough information that it's not going to overwhelm Devine and make him aware more so of the severity of this. There goes my mic. Make him more aware of this situation and possible routes to take for monitoring her well-being. He may not understand the situation you're trying to convey or what you all experienced, but he does pick up on the severity of the situation. And the fact that you're talking about things that seem to be a little bit above his perception of what exists in the world, he just takes it for... He takes your word on the idea that this was a lot more than anyone probably bargained for. So, walking away from this, you all gain 10,000 gold pieces as opposed to 6,000.
All together?
All together.
Oh. Woo. Does Rose get paid for this? I'm just kidding, obviously.
Wow.
Hi, Fred. So sorry. I'm a bad person.
So we would get 2,500 each.
Thank you.
Wow, I have money. I think this is the most money I've had this campaign.
It's just a bit more than I had already.
Now, Devine reiterates that you all are welcome, because he does see, like, even though you've had like a little time to kind of heal up and everything like that, that you guys are a little bit on the tired, dumb side, as well as a bit banged up. So he reiterates that you do have a free room, if you so wish, to recover in.
I would probably
I
feel
can get
better
us
if
home.
we return to Simone. Yes.
Devine, if the past couple, I don't know, months or longer, there has been mysterious disappearances, there's a chance they may start appearing again. There was hundreds of people that seemed to be tormented by this. And once they have managed to calm down, some may end up finding their way here. So, not to put out hope for anybody who may have been missing somebody, but if there was anyone who said a family member or whatever went missing after heading towards Beaverbrook, it may be best to contact them, because they may find said person there.
Well, we'll keep our ears out for it. Again, thank you. The words seem to be hollow, but thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's what we do.
Apparently.
Now,
Actually, I've got a business card just in case you're looking for some help in the future.
oh, it's embossed.
And it's embossed. It just says the oddities, and you turn it over, it says it's what we do.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Well, I will say that as you guys kind of head towards the cart, the idea to head back home is the obvious choice. Place of comfort, place of ease, nothing to worry about. But everybody make an intelligence check for me. Or a history check, excuse me. Viri, I'm expecting top marks from you. Yes. Keeps on going.
I'm useless to this party.
No. You know what it is?
Unless we get into combat, then you save all of us.
Yes, true. True.
We all
Someone has
die
to.
except for you.
Yeah. Did you guys get hurt? Jeez, I think I got a little dust on myself. But this tracks because while everybody is trying to logically plan out the next steps and everything like that, your only concern is your friend Rose. So you just hop in the back of the carriage and you wait with your friend. While Cult and Nagheim, again, Stilben does, or sorry, Singorn does sound like the logical choice to recuperate from this whole craziness. But I will remind everybody that you came to this town for a significant reason, not just because there was a bounty. That's all said and done. There was money to be had, followed up by a very conveniently located quest to go on now.
Oh, yes.
So, traveling back and forth is more time, but there's comfort there. You do have lodgings here if that was your only concern. So, you have options before you, and whatever decision you guys make, that's where we go.
Cult.
I'm not gonna say anything since I failed the history check. So
Yeah, fuck you.
Yes,
Cult.
yes, Nick.
My lovely lump of coal.
What? What if?
Sorry.
Oh my god, the more I think about it, the funnier it gets. Sorry.
It's sad in my brain, just me in bed with a lump of coal.
That's why
Put a
I'm
little
laughing.
black wig on it, you know?
Oh no. I'm gonna send you a little black wig now. I have it. Anyway.
It's
Just
Take
serious.
that as a present.
cinnamon candy lips on it.
Yeah.
Cult.
Yes, Snackheim. We're in a very serious situation.
What if? Without. I'm going to trust my gut on this. What if we are racing against potentially somebody who wishes to bring back one of the most evil deities there's been?
I had that thought as well.
And what if they could try to be gating the power of what the objects that Viria is trying to gather? And I would much rather them be in Viria's hands than... I mean, if Rose is protecting her wife, I would much rather her wife not collect these.
I mean, the only difference is we're not going to have servants here, and the thread count of the sheets isn't going to be as high. I think we
I'm
should
used
stay
to
as well.
living in a tiny cottage.
Like I said,
So small.
we can get our healed here. Maybe we can even look into one of the local temples, have one of the clerics come by, see if we can't, you know, help things along.
What
Make
are
sure
you two talking about? Come on.
We're not going back.
We're staying in Stillben, if that's alright with you.
And I have a captain to message.
Fuck, that's right. That's why we came to this fucking dump in the first place.
You see
I'll
a patron
go-
pass by Viria like, hey, I live here.
Yeah, you made that choice.
God, your words cut to the bone.
Yeah, rough day. Let her be.
They're true, but harsh.
What is the captain's name? What color
Yeah.
did I make that chapter?
Oh, you better
Cult
remember because someone very important to this crew
Amorusco.
named it.
Colt is gonna go inside and organize rooms.
Okay.
Amorusco.
I'm
I'm giving it to you.
Yeah. I didn't hear you the first time. But yeah, I would like to send a message.
All right.
Captain Amherst.
So, in the order of operations here, that's easy enough. We'll start with Cult real quick. You go in, you mentioned that Devine had mentioned rooms and everything. And true to his word, they have a room set up for each of you. They took into account, as you mentioned briefly in passing, we'll say, that one of your own crew is in very dire straits. So there is one room that you can see has medicinal herbs, a very huge kind of soft-pillowed couch, an assortment of any kind of minor kind of tonics and such. Much like how Devine set up the room for Marion, this has been set up for Rose. So if needed be, it's all within the room, anything that you may need at your disposal there. Your other rooms, however, are fucking lavish, man. Like, think of like those like ritzy, not even ritzy, but like those fantastical kind of like honeymoon suite rooms where it's got like the swimming pool bathtub for two and like champagne and flute, like champagne glasses that are in the shape of hearts on the bases and like all the lavish kind of things. Like, you got fucking HBO Max on this motherfucker over here, so it's like crazy.
What is that even?
I don't know. You can change the color of the fire in the fireplace, you know.
The
It's
shrine
weird.
board, you
Yeah,
know.
it's just overboard the accommodations that you have for the evening.
Can I actually make a request, Devine? Can we get another cot put into Rose's room?
Done. Easily enough.
All right. You can tick one of the other rooms off the. We only need 3.
Done deal. All right.
All right.
So that's free of charge. If there's meals and everything to be had, we can do that afterwards. But Nagheim, you were going to
Send a message to Captain Emerson.
go for it.
Captain, we are in Stillben. We need a ship. Are you available?
We're about, I'd say, 2 days away from docking in Stillben. Meet you there. Where are we heading?
What is the place called again?
Market.
Yeah.
Market.
I will-
Shamal.
Shamal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send another message. Shamal and Marquette. And if you can make it any quicker, it would be much appreciated. See you when you're here.
Oof. Well, we were due for some shore leave. Marquette. That might be a bit pricey, but we'll talk. Stick around. We'll be there soon.
I also would like to scry the book
What book?
from the very beginning that brought us all together.
Okay.
I would like to focus on that specific book for any clues on what's around it, all of that.
Now, how far is the reach for scrying?
As
Can
long
it-
as it's on this material plane, I believe. Let me double check. Scrying, where's my spell?
This is true D&D, folks.
The plane of existence, yeah,
Plane of existence.
as I am currently on.
Okay. Okay. Your vision, you do that out of body kind of, what did I call it before? The Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah.
You kind of have the out of body experience high above the city of Stillben, which you recognize, and then it fades. Your vision goes out towards somewhere else, over landscapes below, going, searching, and then dissipates.
I have one last thing.
Sure.
I'd like to sending on the cloaked figure that we keep seeing.
Okay.
Since I am very familiar with it,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just send message. You've been with us for so long. May I please have your name?
No response. I personally hated that, like, for a lot of the times you've used sending now, there is no response, and it kills me, but there are reasons. I swear to you, I'm not just trying to be a dick. I want you to succeed in every spell you cast, but the more I think about it, it's like, oh fuck, it wouldn't work. So yeah, unfortunately that time it does not succeed. I love you.
I mean, it literally only has a 5% chance of failing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only restraint I have if I have, like, because I see that who it is.
Yeah.
But they can choose not to respond.
They can
right?
choose not
This
to
is true,
respond,
yeah.
yes.
Some are unable to respond, like Rose. Technically, when you messaged her, she was conscious, but just couldn't do anything about it. not even really sure what was going on.
All right.
I do want you to succeed.
Colt's going to be getting Rose situated in her room, and he's gonna.
I would be helping since Nagaheim was doing their thing.
He's gonna take a little bit of string, and he has a bell that he's gonna tie to her ankle.
Oh.
Or, yeah. Just as he sets up his own sort of cot in the room, he really, really needs to sleep, but he wants to be alerted if there's any wakefulness or movement at all. And he informs the rest of the crew that he's going to be staying in Rose's room for the time being. But he's willing to trade off to the others.
Colt, I am proficient with medicine, and I just rested. I can spend the evening.
All
with
yours.
her.
And he just like gets up, gives you a kiss on the cheek, and then goes to your room.
Go
Very
sleep.
drugs and gambling. Let's go.
No, I'll catch up the Colt right outside, then I'll just stop him. Are you all right? I know you're tired. I'll let you rest, but you know, you got fucked up back there as well.
You know what the thing is about dying is once you've done it, it's like getting back on a horse after you've been kicked
yeah,
off.
but I'm talking about everything that went on before you dying as well.
Oh, it was. You know what I'm going to need? Years of therapy.
What's therapy?
It's when you talk to a cleric about your innermost thoughts and feelings. I'm gonna need a lot of it. So I mean, I've got a plan, but it's good to separate, you know, your thoughts into little boxes and shove them off to the side for the time being. Get the work done. I'm mostly upset and confused about Rose. It's waiting around is like being in some horrible purgatory, not knowing how much Brexis was in our lives and how little Rose might have been in our lives. It's kind of it's put a real damper on the situation. It's kind of killed my buzz.
I mean, the man's a liar. Could have been
Oh,
lying
yeah.
about the entire thing.
I
They
just
could have
don't.
just made the swap when we passed the camp the first time. Since we
I-
found her there.
That's what I'm hoping, but the thought that he might have swapped out for Rose at the beginning
I know.
really, really upsets me.
Man would have seen me naked.
Hmm.
No.
In his mind
But
drifts.
that's the least. That's the least of, you know, the disturbing thoughts that comes with it. I guess the best we can do right now is just wait for Rose to get better, and we'll see then. Just go get some rest.
Yeah.
Nagaheim's got her, and I'm also getting tired as well.
Alright, there's a bell tied to her leg, and he just says that weird thing and then leaves.
All right.
I would also head for my room.
Okay.
Ow! Ow! Get your claws out of my legs! Woo!
Now then, seeing as how we're staying in Stillben for the purpose of not having to travel back and forth to continue what you started out with, I'll say that 2 days go by when the Silverweed airship finally docks at Stillben.
Silverweed.
We take a long rest.
You take 2 long rests.
I need it so bad, give it to me.
I get my healing hands back.
And I'll say, while probably I would assume that knowing that your friend is still in recovery mode kept you away from having too much fun at the gambling tables or anything like that. But any food that you wanted was probably taken care of for you as well. So no worries about coin spending there. And a message is sent to the Gold Leaf Inn asking for all of the oddities to make their way down to the dock where you will find Captain Amarusuko.
Oh, goodness.
Rose won't be coming.
She is coming with us.
What's,
Because once she is better, we have no way of getting her to us.
We're not leaving now, are we?
That's what you're gonna find out.
There's.
Hi,
I don't
Captain
know, now I'm
Amarisco.
into shit.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Would use levitate to bring Rose with us to make her easier to carry.
That's not weird at all.
Well, no,
Just
like she's
floating
on
body
like
through
Viria's back.
She is
or being
A
princess
tinfoil
carried.
covered rose tato that's just floating behind you all.
We've got her wrapped up like a little burrito.
As it should be.
Yeah, we would have burritoed her and I would carry her. It's fine.
Fair enough.
She's got a pillow strapped to her head.
You know.
Occasionally,
Levitate's gonna
Viria
be
just
easier.
looks at this burrito-sized rose and just... No.
Put that back in your mouth.
Put that thing back where it came from.
Yeah.
But yes,
Help
you
me.
make it down to the docks where Amarusuko is standing by the silverweed that is... Well, not standing by the silverweed. Silverweed is out about 100 feet from the actual docks. They have a small ship that comes to and from the docks to load up everything because it's just fucking huge. But she is there. She is awaiting to start talks.
Hello.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
You as well. How you been keeping?
Ships. It's been interesting. Couple of days. Marquette Eggheim informed me that it might be a little pricier as you were expecting to have a little bit of shore leave. Is this correct?
Yeah, I mean that and costs generally have gone up for us. We pull in a lot of requests nowadays because, well, with that one salvage we did, we were able to kind of soup up our vessel a little bit. So we're a little more in demand than we used to be.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's a little due to you folks. Plus with the war, bigger vessels are in high demand to transport a lot of things, which is what we've been doing for the last few weeks or so. But the crew has been run ragged, and I promised a bit of shore leave. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the crew heard that you would probably be coming back on board, and they didn't have the best experience going through the shattered teeth and that whole steam thing. Kind of people got scars, and yeah. So some are gonna hang back. Some of us can take you. I mean, I wouldn't say no to going to Shamal.
We're not on a
What?
strict timeline. If you wish to take your shore leave, one of our own is injured, as you can see, so...
Well, that's the thing. We are on a timeline. So if you want to go, we go now.
Yes.
How much will this cost us one way?
One way. Let's see here.
And you can inform the crew there should be no more dangers than usual on a flying ship.
Well, you say that, but folks like you tend to bring the danger with them. That's okay. We're brave. Let's see here. And you see, she rolls out a map, and she kind of leans over top of it, does like the little kind of thing with the geometry kind of things you get in a protractor or whatever, and does the do. All right, so that's about 2,200 miles times 4. It's 8,800.
Sextant.
I'm sorry?
That's a ship thing.
Oh, I
Find
thought
out
you were
where you
offering.
are.
I'm so sorry.
I just wanted to say sextant.
I mean, I am told that I have that look, but
I mean, you're
we'll
very
talk.
attractive.
Well, keep it in your pants there. So technically, it should be about 6,600 gold each, one way.
600 gold each, even for
6,600.
6,600 gold each.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you see, she kind of looks around. Like I said, some of the crew is staying behind. Maybe I pick up extra crew to run a quick trip. How much gold do you have?
Can I have a word with my
Collectively,
friends?
yeah.
I'll be right back, and we get into a bit of a huddle, and he's like, so I've got 125 platinum and about 3,700 gold and 50 silver. So 125 platinum is, how does the math work?
1,250.
It's 10 gold for 1 platinum. So
Add a 0 to the end.
Add a 0 to the end. All right, so that would come out to you for 5,000. I've got 5,000.
Gold. No, this is
2.5.
stupid. We don't.
They said that they should take on other crew. Maybe we be the crew.
Yes, we would work, but we would offer what we can.
Yeah.
The other option, once I am there and familiar with where I am, I can teleport back and forth. So we can send, if you wish to look for after Rose, it could be, we would be split up for a while. You can work on making money here. I can go.
You would go to market.
Once I familiarize myself with the area, it would take no more than a day or two. Once I'm there, I will be able to teleport to and from pretty easily once I am very familiar with the place.
Well, that's a penny saver for sure, because then we're only paying for one passage.
Yeah, but I don't like the thought of you going there alone.
Me neither.
I'd be within. I can send multiple messages a day, as long as you're okay with me in your head.
Oh, I'm always okay
We
with you in
don't
my head.
have much of a choice on that.
I mean, to be fair, Viri, there are many spells I have taken out of my book to make sure you are more comfortable.
Now, before we go down that road, what is the total gold between the party? Which was the big question asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have 5,000.
Focus, people.
So between the three of us, I think we have 10k, and then with
Well, no,
Rose,
you have
it'd be
10k
12.
from the
Yes.
thing
but
alone.
Chuck already had. Yeah, I had 85 gold, by the way, prior to this, so I only have 2,585.
Yeah, I only have 2,528.
I'm about 40 gold shy of 5,000.
Okay. Hope
So
somebody's
between
doing
the
this
three of
math.
Yeah, between the three of us, we have
So
just over
5,000.
10k.
You had how much, Naghan?
2,585.
2,000. Sorry.
585.
Yes. Thank you. So between the three of us, we have 10,063.
Don't forget your fourth.
And then 2,500 that we know of.
Yeah, we don't know the rest of her.
Oh, Rose has. I can't really add or take away stuff from Rose.
Yeah, we
so
talked about like.
If you look in
Less
the
than
inventory,
half.
she did mention there's like some gems or something in there.
I can give you the total of her
Oh,
current
I
gold.
also have my emerald worth 250.
And I have that diamond worth 300. Let's
where'd my number go?
Oh, I could give up my
Goddamn.
pearls. No,
Well,
I
if
don't
it's
wanna
a
give
spell
those up.
component, don't. Yeah.
I don't want to give those. But I don't have. Do I have it prepped? What did my spell? What do I have?
I don't know. I'm asking about money.
Okay.
What was our take from our what was our take that we just got? Was that 2,500
Yes.
each? 25.
Yeah, I
Rose
mean,
has
my-
3 grand
Okay.
Okay.
currently.
Well, I would.
And let's take.
Yeah, we still have about half of what we need.
But
Rose has in her inventory a section called Nom Nom.
Yeah, that's the bag. Anything in there is gone.
Oh, that's cute.
Um,
Oh, criminy, what? That's not right. I think we discussed this last time.
oh, the super
Here.
expensive gem.
Yeah.
The ruby worth 5,000?
Excuse me.
I don't think they come in that price. There's a garnet worth 100.
Yeah.
I still think the ruby was 500.
Yeah, because it's coming.
I don't know, because I
Yeah.
think we looked it up in D&D Beyond, and that particular one, I don't think it was like something that you added in the price of it. It's just that's the standard price for whatever we added.
Okay, well, on the Forgotten Realms wiki, it says that a typical specimen of ruby had a base value of 5,000.
Yeah,
you go.
it looks like it's from D&D Beyond. Like it's
Yep.
not it doesn't look like a custom piece. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Rose is good.
Okay, so add 5,000.
But I guess it depends on like the size and stuff. Like,
Well, it's a
So what's the grand
5,000.
total now?
so do we add that 5,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Love you, Fred, but we're taking the goddamn ruby.
20,413.
20,000.
That's not too
So that's
shabs.
roughly. Wait,
That's still less than what
12.
we need.
So that's. Wait, because it's. How much did she say? 6,000 each?
6,600.
6,600.
12, 24,000, 25 and 2, 28. So we need 29,400 gold in total. But. And how much do we have?
20,413.
So we're 8,000 off.
Honestly,
is-
I hate letting Nagheim go by themselves, but
Well,
we're
conversations
under-
to be had, hey?
we're under time crunch.
So we can either.
Well, we're not. They are.
Well,
Yeah.
So I'll reiterate
I
something.
think
I'll
we
reiterate
are
something.
under a time
There was
crunch.
one question asked, and a bazillion ideas went out your brains.
How much do we
Let's
have?
answer this and then get back to the original
Because
conversation.
This is what you've done to us. Okay.
I think Captain Emersco is willing to barter for us to work.
All right.
So if I know absolutely nothing about ships and have no idea other than
Well, are you?
navigation to be
Are
able to
you-
do
Looks at
this,
Viria.
What? I mean, yes, I know how to work on a ship, but are you all willing to give up your gold just for this?
I was willing to give up my life already for you once,
Yeah,
and
I
y'all
got
have been
the
doing
house.
the same for me. So
This is my personal finances. I didn't even raid the treasury.
Aren't
for
you
this.
paying for someone's schooling as well?
Which you did get a bill for before you left.
Fuck.
well,
How much for?
I
I'll
mean,
look it up.
because Nagheim, you're willing to go. I can go on my own as well.
yes, but only one of us can teleport.
I can find a way
Ditch
there.
us.
So for the
No.
third time,
Yeah.
hopefully
All right,
people
Captain.
take a
Captain.
fucking hint now.
Okay.
I
okay.
tried. I tried.
I was trying to get Viria to do the wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
Viria,
Yeah,
would you
well,
wheel
I'm
and deal?
gonna do it, but I'm still talking with my friends first. Jeez. Let me roleplay, man.
No.
When I see
Yes.
role playing taking you down avenues that you seriously might not need to go down, no, I'm gonna reel you in. So, what are you doing now that you know the total gold you have?
I'll turn back to Amorusko and go, would you accept all of our labor on board for 20,000 gold?
Oh, that's a nice ruby.
It is pretty nice. You can kind of like see through it.
Let's say you work your way on the ship. We call you crew. We'll say 10 grand. Don't want to rob you blind.
I mean, 5 works for me.
We scored 100 grand off that one vessel, so we're doing okay. But we have to keep it on the up and up for the books. Is that agreeable?
More than agreeable.
We timed that pretty
yeah,
good,
it was
too.
awesome.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Captain,
Yeah.
is there space where we could keep Rose plus another? And I would be just like to make sure that when I rest, I can be resting by her to tend to her wounds and such.
We have a medical bay just for that. I'll make sure it's done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not to take away from anyone, but I have been trained in medicine outside of my magic, so I feel as if it would be best if I am able to keep close eye on her.
Yeah, it can be arranged. All right.
Thank you.
Well, I'll give you all, what, about an hour to collect your things, and then we'll head out.
Oh, I have everything on me.
Yeah, we were prepared.
I don't really keep much on me.
You're shaping up to be a good crew. Let's get out of here. Stillben sucks. See somebody
Okay.
walking by. Hey, I live here.
I was born
swear.
here. What's your excuse?
I'm a
The
fucking
date.
Goliath. And you see them run away.
The guy was just like, the deja vu, holy shit.
Okay, if we donate, are we gonna donate Rose's ruby and then
And
split the
she
rest
was
of
willing to
5,000?
give the ruby up for travel already.
So,
Okay.
I'll say Ruby and 1250 from everybody's pockets. And we call it even.
1250.
All right, 1250.
I can almost afford a spell still.
I'm happy for you. So, with the finances and the transaction complete, you all board the smaller vessel heading out to where the Silverweed is docked 100 feet off from Stillben. Carefully, you levitate Rose up and over onto the deck of the Silverweed. Everybody is made aware of what rooms you're all going to be stationed in and what activities or what jobs you will be assigned to help with the crew. And as the Silverweed lifts up away from the ocean floor and out towards the southwest of Marquette, we will pick it up there next week.
We're going on vacation to Marquette. Beaverbrook sucked.
Oh,
we need to be. Oh wait, we're old. We're old.
that's just me fishing for the
Beaverbrook,
compliment.
Stillben, all those places suck.
You know, I try. No.
They suck to the oddities. They do not
Yes.
suck to us or our audience.
Absolutely. All right, folks. Just a reminder to everybody. We are going to be switching up next week's stream as well so that we won't be streaming on January 1st. We want all of you to enjoy the first day of the new year, however you wish to spend it, as we are going to do that as well. But we will be streaming this same time next Monday, January 2nd. So please join us then. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for the follows I saw. Thank you for commenting in the chat. We love seeing you guys out there. And yeah, we will see you back. Motherfucking wizards, I tell you. You couldn't
Slapped
wait
out so
2
much.
sentences. 2
I
sentences.
hate this hot top so much. Oh my god.
Bitch, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, mom, put your tits away.
Never. I will never call my party tits. I don't know.
My party tits.
So I wish
Oh.
everybody in 2023 your own party tits. Let them out. Let them live free. Hey. And we will see you then. Until then, as we always say at the end of our streams,
Have safe sex. Have
Have a
safe
party
sex.
tip.
Get out your party tits.